This week on The Splash, we visit Roosevelt Elementary's Halloween party. Then we join our local Rotary Club for a fundraiser. And later, we see how our community is supporting rescue dogs. The Splash is a production of Civic Center TV. We're a news magazine that covers everything from local news to feature stories, all so that we can bring you the latest from the greater West Bloomfield area. And now, let's dive into The Splash. Welcome to The Splash. I'm your host, Sheena Monnin, and as always, thank you for joining us. Halloween traditions in Keego Harbor are enjoyable for both kids and adults. Reporter Lawrence Nyland joined in on the fun.
Remember when you were in school and you might have just had a small Halloween party in your classroom? Well, that wasn't enough for the students of the West Bloomfield School District. They turned Halloween into a parade.
Happy Halloween! Happy Halloween!
The 500 students and teachers and staff of Roosevelt Elementary in Keego Harbor braved the chilly weather to show off their inventive costumes to the people of the area. The anticipation of this big day was felt by students and their families.
We all have been looking for it. I have a daughter that's in high school, that's at West Bloomfield High, and I also have a daughter that's at Ohms Middle School. So we all came up here to support. With this school district, it's more put together, and they do a lot of things for the kids. When we were coming up, it wasn't as active.
And while it doesn't take much to get elementary kids riled up, Halloween provided an added incentive.
Halloween in elementary schools is pretty much the culmination of all the excitement you can put into one day, because the kids are fired up, they're excited, they love being in their costumes, they love the excitement and the creativity that everyone brings to school that day. A lot of parents come out, people come to watch little kids. I mean, it's, aside from really parent-teacher conferences and open house, it's probably the third biggest parental event that happens in schools.
With so many exuberant kids to keep track of, one wonders, were they all accounted for after the parade?
A few kids get the special task of holding my finger to make sure I don't get lost, but no, we kept them all safe and sound.
And even on this day of pure fun, the West Bloomfield High School graduate costume of Principal Rapal's was also a teaching lesson for the Roosevelt student body.
Here we have at West Bloomfield, we're talking about just being Lakers. You know, all roads lead to West Bloomfield. So this is great, kind of, encourage the kids again. Yes, it's Halloween, yes, it's fun, but we're still about academics, and being a graduate, that's what we're here for. Elementary school leads to middle school, which leads to West Bloomfield High School, and we're all future Lakers. So I figured, let's be a Laker again for one more day.
Reporting for The Splash, this is Lawrence Nyland.
If you'd like to see more of the Halloween party, you can visit civiccentertv.com/Roosevelt Halloween. When it comes to helping people both locally and around the world, our local Rotary Club is very proficient. Reporter Samana Sheikh recently stopped by a Rotary fundraiser.
Hi everyone, I'm Samana Sheikh reporting for The Splash. Right now I'm in Commerce Township at the Steinway Piano Gallery for the Omni Fundraiser 2017.
We're enjoying these delicious wines. I want you to know that we're doing this for children in Africa.
We are here to present money to Orphan Medical Network International that provides health care, education, and community development for orphans in Zambia, Africa.
The Rotary Club of West Bloomfield teamed up with Omni tonight to help children in need.
Some people might think we're sort of stepping over the needs here in order to go help people in Africa. We're not. We can do both. And to the extent that it helps people, our friends and our neighbors here in West Bloomfield, understand that there's a world beyond our township that has even more desperate needs than we have.
I was just commenting to somebody a few minutes ago how wonderful it is just to see the pictures and to know what these kids need and how we're helping them.
People around the community were happy to be here tonight to support this amazing cause.
Well, I'm excited because it's such a great purpose. It's for an orphanage in Africa, and they're giving housing and education to children in an area where they don't have access to any of those things. And I love participating with anything having to do with charity, so I'm just happy to be here.
Donations are always accepted by Omni and the Rotary Club. This is Samana Sheikh reporting for The Splash.
If you are interested in learning more about the fundraising efforts of Rotary, please visit civiccentertv.com/Omni. Be sure to stay tuned. Coming up, we visit a dog rescue event and enjoy a new episode of Sidewalk Talk.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV. And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm your host, Sheena Monnin. When it comes to making room in your home for a new furry four-legged friend, Detroit Dog Rescue does their best to match a family with a rescued dog. Let's take a closer look at a local dog rescue adoption event. Detroit Dog Rescue is saving lives, taking abandoned and abused dogs off the streets of Detroit and offering them for adoption or foster at events like the one held in Orchard Mall.
We're here because we've got a bunch of dogs that need people. They need a couch to crash on. So we come and we'll set up crates and people will come in and we visit, we take them out, let people see them, and just hope that they fall in love.
Detroit Dog Rescue is constantly bringing in animals. As you know, as soon as we make room for them, they bring in more. In fact, they just rescued 26 from Detroit Animal Care and Control, and they're getting them medical care right now, and eventually, they'll be available for adoption.
If the thought of adopting a dog is just too much for a family, fostering is always an option and is very needed.
Foster is really important. People will take a dog into their home and basically kind of get it ready, for its forever home. Some of our dogs don't know what a door wall is or a ceiling fan or whatever, so they come and they live your life with you and they get ready to go into their own home. It's a huge help, and we can't do what we do without fosters.
It's the best thing I could have ever done. If I could help more dogs, I would love to.
Dog rescue centers such as Detroit Dog Rescue have a huge impact in the lives of injured and hurting dogs.
It's a wonderful organization. I'm on their Facebook page and I read some of their articles and I see some of those horrible stories. And I wish Michigan had some stronger laws that would really prosecute these people that abuse dogs.
A lot of them come from pretty horrific situations, and it's sad, but usually the ending is pretty happy once they get here.
I'm always really excited to find dogs homes, because once they get to Detroit Dog Rescue, that's the fun part, right? Is we find them great homes with people that love them, and that's pretty much my job in life.
Working for those happy endings is just one of the many positive reasons Detroit Dog Rescue is growing throughout our state. If you feel compelled to donate, foster, or adopt a dog in need, visit civiccentertv.com/dog-adoption for a link to their website and for more details. When was the last time you took a detailed look inside your closet? Samana Sheik asked the difficult question about clothes and how old yours may be.
I have a 10-year-old sweatshirt from high school that I still wear till this day. West Bloomfield, what's your oldest piece of clothing that you still have?
I have a 1984 Tigers World Series t-shirt I wear periodically, so it's from 1984.
I wasn't even born then.
Sorry.
I'm gonna have to say my headscarf. I tie my hair up and it's my headscarf.
How old is that headscarf?
Let's just say 10 plus.
This hat it's probably 20 years old.
I have a leather jacket that I bought when I was in my teens.
I have a West Bloomfield soccer tournament sweatshirt. This is my oldest article of clothing.
That's so nice. And is it still in good condition?
No, it has paint on it.
I think like a family sweatshirt that I got when I was like 6 maybe. That still fits, yeah.
So what is the oldest piece of clothing that you still wear today?
Actually a t-shirt from middle school that I got in 6th grade when I was on the cheer team. So I wear it to bed sometimes.
Can you describe this t-shirt?
So it's like red and it has yellow at the bottom and it was supposed to be like we were firecrackers or something. I don't know.
I got these pair of shoes that I got back in like 4 or 5 years ago that I still wear sometimes. They're so dirty though now, so like I can't wear them out, but like mowing the grass and stuff, that's what I use them for.
That I still wear? Wow. I actually have a pair, it's embarrassing, like that I sleep in, pajama, like they were like leggings that I owned when I was in high school a long time ago.
I still wear this coat that I have. I still wear it. I love it.
How old is that coat?
It's probably about, I want to say, 20 years old.
Oh my gosh, that's only like, I was only 1 year old. Some amazing answers there, West Bloomfield. Join us again next week for another episode of Sidewalk Talk.
If you'd like to see some of our other fun and interesting questions on the show, you can do so anytime and anywhere by visiting our website at civiccentertv.com/sidewalktalk. And now it's time for our Civic Center event update, where we provide you with all the latest that's happening around Greater West Bloomfield. And if you'd like to stay up to date on all of the following current events yourself, you can visit civiccentertv.com/events. Let's get started. The Little Gym in West Bloomfield is holding a canned food drive now through November 22nd at its location on Orchard Lake Road in the Crosswinds Shopping Mall. Help communities and people in need during the Thanksgiving season by donating non-perishable canned and dry food items that will be sent to Gleaners Food Bank and Forgotten Harvest. Those who donate 10 items or more will be entered in a raffle for a chance to win many great prizes. For more information, call the Little Gym at 248-851-1500. On November 8th at 6:30 p.m. at the West Bloomfield High School Band Room, there will be an important informational meeting for parents and students who are in middle school. If your child has expressed interest in joining a woodwinds, brass, and percussion ensemble, then you won't want to miss this meeting. You will discover the program schedule, requirements for your child, and performances that will be taking place throughout the year. The season starts on November 28th and runs through April 8th. For more details, send an email to wbband@gmail.com. If you are looking for an informative look into suicide and its ramifications, then stop by the Maple Theater on November 8th from 6:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. for a screening of the S-Word movie. Tickets cost $18 for adults and $5 for students. Proceeds from ticket sales will benefit a Single Soul Suicide Prevention Initiative, a program of Jewish Family Service. To purchase tickets, contact Deborah via email dmarcus@jfsdetroit.org or visit the mapletheater.com. On November 8th from 7 p.m. until 8:30 p.m., the Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital is having a free discussion on coping, mindfulness, and self-care strategies for today's families in the Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital's demonstration kitchen. That is located inside the hospital. Panel discussions with local experts including Dr. Kelly Rogowski, Julie Levinson, Lisa Kaplan, and Kelly Melistes will allow all attendees to understand the topics on a deeper level. For more information, contact Lisa Berkey at 248-928-4942. On November 9th from 7 p.m. until 8:30 p.m., take advantage of a free training session called Physical Therapy Yoga, Balance Postures, and Fall Prevention. This event is taking place at Letterman Kortowitz Orthopedics. You will benefit from learning how to prevent injury and find strength in various breathing techniques, correct posture, stretches, and more. You will need to wear comfortable clothing to this event, and a yoga mat is preferred but not required. To register, call 248-669-6375. It's time to get your thinking caps on for a fun evening of trivia at Santia Hall in Keego Harbor. The trivia event will benefit Blessings in the Backpack, a nonprofit organization that supplies food for local hungry children on the weekends by discreetly leaving bags of nutritious food for children in their backpacks after school. Nearly 300 local children have food to eat on the weekends because of Blessings in a Backpack. On November 10th from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. for a ticket cost of only $25, you will enjoy food, laughter, friendly competition, and know you are helping a great cause. Space is limited. To secure your spot and buy a ticket, visit blessingsinAbackpack.org/West Bloomfield. The West Bloomfield Lakers football team continues their run for the state championship game on Friday, November 10th at 7 p.m. against the Utica Eisenhower Eagles. Join us as we bring you every minute of the action as the Lakers continue their historic run. Exclusive live coverage of the game with our MHSAA award-winning team will begin at 6:30 p.m. on Civic Center TV, WBTV, and on the radio at 89.3 WBLD, the all-new Lakes FM. Art lovers of all ages will enjoy the Art Sale Holiday Show in Keego Harbor City Hall on November 11th from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. This show is free to attend and art from local artists will be sold on site. Music and dance will be taking place at 4 p.m. from the Shannon Steiber Dance Academy. Come see some truly great works of art and enjoy the music. For more details, visit artsalekego.wixsite.com/info. The popular film discussion series at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library continues with an examination of marriage in the movies. Dr. Tara Hayes will lead a discussion on the change of relationships, roles, and expectations over the centuries by first looking at the Jane Austen classic Sense and Sensibility and moving through time to a more modern movie that explores societal challenges called Loving. This event is free, and please note the movies discussed will not be shown at the film discussion. For more information, visit wblib.org. Story Stretchers is happening at the West Bloomfield Public Library on November 14th from 10 until 10:30 a.m. Bring your child to this fun event appropriate for ages birth until 5 years old. Your child can learn new information in a hands-on environment while building skills that will help them in the future. During story time, each child will not only listen but be able to interact. A craft activity is also part of the program. This event is free and no registration is required. To find out more, visit wblib.org. That concludes this week's events. However, if you're looking to find even more events going on in your neighborhood, then be sure to follow us at civiccentertv.com/events and look up our events calendar, or watch us here for more information on everything going on in the greater West Bloomfield area. As we head into the break, stay tuned because afterwards I'll be talking with Mary Romaya, director of the Chaldean Cultural Center in West Bloomfield.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Civic Center TV is your home for everything Greater West Bloomfield. Here you can tune into community programming such as our weekly news magazine show, The Splash, as well as coverage of local events and meetings in Keego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, and West Bloomfield. You can also watch all of your local programming online anytime at civiccentertv.com. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
Civic Center TV has gone social. Now it's easier than ever to watch, save, like, and share our videos online. See what's happening in your neighborhood, on the streets, and on the web at civiccentertv.com. Be a part of the conversation and get involved. We would love to hear from you. For links to our social media pages, visit us at our website or find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm Sheena Monnin. In the studio with me this week is Mary Romaya, director of the Chaldean Cultural Center in West Bloomfield. Mary, thank you for stopping by today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I am very intrigued about the history of the Chaldean people. What you were telling me earlier is fascinating. Can you kind of go through a little bit about their migration into this area?
Well, first of all, the Chaldeans go back to over 5,000 years to ancient Mesopotamia, which today is modern-day Iraq. And they came from we come from the Nineveh Plain in Iraq, and the largest city is Mosul. They began immigrating to the U.S. in the early 1900s, and for various reasons, eventually settled in Detroit. And they lived on in Detroit, and then over time started to move out to the west side suburbs, so like into Oak Park, Southfield, West Bloomfield, the lakes, and so definitely in southeastern Michigan. More recent newcomers have lived on the east side of Detroit, and then eventually into Warren, Sterling Heights, Utica areas.
Awesome. So here specifically in the greater West Bloomfield area, there is a cultural center, right?
Right.
How does the cultural center help the Chaldean people to connect with their past and with their roots?
Well, one of the main things that the Chaldean Cultural Center has done is build a museum. And we are located inside of the Shenandoah Country Club right here in West Bloomfield on Walnut Lake Road. And we have 5 galleries covering over the 5,000 years. So Chaldeans can come and see their ancient roots in the ancient Mesopotamia gallery, how we were converted to Christianity in the very first century AD. The Village Gallery is an immersive environment, and Chaldeans can see how our predecessors lived in the village. We have a woman making bread, a man in the farm fields. And then a large part of the museum, and an interesting part for the Chaldeans, especially here, is our immigration story, how we came to America, specifically why we came into Detroit, how we got into the grocery business, which was the main business that the earlier pioneers were in, and then Chaldeans today.
Awesome, that sounds amazing. Now, what about for people like myself who may be interested in learning and appreciating about the history? Are there events or tours or things like that that happen at the Cultural Center?
We definitely have tours. We're open to the public on Fridays from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. But we want tour groups to come, and we'll accommodate a tour group at their convenience. So groups from synagogues, from local churches, from the schools. Our museum would fit perfectly into a school curriculum, upper elementary, definitely high school and post-secondary, with history, with a history, world history curriculum, even with a religion curriculum. But we definitely invite tour groups, and if they call 248-681-5050, we'll be happy to accommodate them. We're very proud of our history, and we built a museum to share our history, to honor our pioneers, to teach our own children and grandchildren about who the Chaldeans are, hoping that they embrace their traditions and culture, but also to the public at large. We want the people to know that the Chaldean, who we are Arabic speaking. We do come from Iraq, but we are not Arabs. And we do belong to the Chaldean Rite, one of the Eastern rites of the Catholic Church. So we are fully united with Rome.
That sounds so fascinating. How awesome. Now, tell me a little bit about the history of the Cultural Center itself. How long has it been around? How long have you been involved?
The Cultural Center, the concept of the Cultural Center started in 2003. And so there's been a core group who's actually been working on the Cultural Center for 14 years. I have been the executive director for the past 7 years, but during that time, even though the highlight of our work has been the Chaldean, the museum, but we have had events. We've had seminars for local police, for hospitals, for educators to send staff to learn as part of cultural diversity training, to learn about the Chaldeans and some of our cultural background, but also some of our traditions.
Wow, that sounds all-encompassing, and I can't wait to stop by myself. Great. Thank you so much for stopping by and giving us some of your time today.
Thank you.
Once again, we've been talking with Mary Romaya, director of the Chaldean Cultural Center in West Bloomfield. Recently, I sat down with Lori Blumenstein for a new installment of Parenting on the Go, where she discussed social anxiety and some practical ways we can reduce it. Hello and welcome to Parenting on the Go. I'm Sheena Monnin, and joining me this episode is Lori Blumenstein-Bott, Executive Director of the Andrew Kukas Foundation for Social Anxiety. Lori, thanks for being here with us today to talk about this very important topic, and I think very misunderstood topic too. So let's go ahead and get started. Tell me a little bit about what parents should know about social anxiety.
So social anxiety is one of the most common forms of anxiety. 1 in 8 people suffer from anxiety. And for parents, the key is to know in transition periods, junior high to high school, middle school to high school to college, note what's happening in your son or daughter's life. Do you see them not engaging where they used to engage? Are they avoiding school activities? Do they seem to be spending more time alone? The keys about social anxiety is that there's a fear of judgment and there's an avoidance. So when you note these things happening, it really demands you to take that extra step and look forward and see what else is going on. Students that are suffering from social anxiety have a strong fear about performance, whether it be giving something in class like a speech, or whether it's just even walking into class late. These are the kinds of things that plague students, and they go unnoticed because people kind of dismiss anxiety. Well, it's just anxiety. It isn't. It needs to be treated and it needs to be noticed.
Speaking of treatments, what are some treatments available for people who might be suffering from social anxiety?
So the most evidence-based treatment is cognitive behavioral therapy. That's when a therapist is going to be working with the individual on both a visualization of what's going on when they experience the anxiety and some talk therapy and cues for them to be able to talk themselves into a better place. Anxiety is a normal part of life. It's when that anxiety prevents us from engaging in life that we need to seek treatment. And it's very treatable. Sometimes a psychiatrist may be called in to use a little medication, but overall, cognitive behavioral therapy and finding a therapist that is trained is essential.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is the prognosis for this issue that's more prevalent than I think most of us realize?
You know, highly treatable. That's the best way to think about social anxiety. It's highly treatable with the right therapist, with the right combination of medication and therapy, with making the individual participate in a way that's meaningful to them so that they can make the changes in their lives. You want them to have the tools.
What are some of those tools and resources for parents that are available?
So akfsa.org, we have spent years putting together a website that is rich with videos. There are short videos, there are longer videos, there are videos for sufferers, for parents, for professionals. There isn't anything on there that we have not addressed, from where to go, how to talk to someone, what to see, all the different facets of what you might need to know. And even if you're not sure if your son or daughter is suffering from anxiety, it's a way for you to get the tools you need that in the future maybe it's something you might want to look at or know about, or maybe you have a friend who's talking about something. They're quick and there's so many.
Wow, that sounds amazing and very comprehensive, and I'm excited to have learned more about this topic that, again, most people don't even realize exists. Thank you for stopping by today.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And thank you all for joining us for this episode of Parenting on the Go. If you would like to look up more helpful parenting tips, then visit the West Bloomfield Youth Assistance website at wbyouthassistance.org. To watch other episodes of Parenting on the Go, visit civiccentertv.com/parentingonthego. We now move on to our final segment on The Splash called Person of the Week, where we recognize those within the community who are either inspiring or providing toward others. This week's recipient is Rick Festudo, co-owner of the popular sign shop Graphics Design in Kego Harbor and moderator for So Kego. Years ago, due to a terrible car accident that destroyed his home, Rick experienced the power of community in a very real way. Since then, he has dedicated his free time to promoting a positive social media group called So Kego. So Kego exists to bring the community together so local businesses can thrive and people can share their skill sets and referrals to local craftsmen. When Rick nearly lost everything, including his health, it took years to get back on his feet, relocate his sign shop, and reach a place of happiness again. Because he knows firsthand the power of local support, Rick spends ample time keeping the So Kego group a positive and beneficial place for Kego Harbor residents of all ages. With so much negativity in the world, Rick is working hard to help people who need a boost and to keep our area an uplifting and inspiring place to be. And that is why Rick Festudo is our Person of the Week. And if you know someone who is providing a service to their community, then let us know by sending an email to thesplash@civiccentertv.com. We want to congratulate those who are making a difference in our area, and we appreciate all of your suggestions. And that's going to do it for us this week, but remember, you can watch new episodes of The Splash every Monday or throughout the week for replays. You can also watch every episode online at civiccentertv.com. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook under Civic Center TV 15, YouTube at Civic Center TV 15, and on Twitter at Civic Center TV for more information. For all of our friends in Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, Kego Harbor, and West Bloomfield, I'm Sheena Monnin. Thank you for watching The Splash.